Welcome, everyone. I'm Tia Knapp, and happy Thursday. I'm here with
Dr.
Dr.
Michael
Michael.
Gross. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're
We're,
excited, really excited for things we're going to share tonight.
we're thrilled to have everybody here. We do this every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And because we're only a 30-minute presentation, we're going to get right to the heart of the matter, okay? I'm going to do a quick introduction on Dr. Michael Gross, and then he's going to address the topic that I think is going to be very, very interesting. So I'll let you do that presentation in just a sec, okay, Michael?
Sure.
Dr. Michael Gross is a professional keynote speaker, energy transformational coach, and, and an entrepreneur. He's the author of The Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. For over 30 years, Dr. Michael Gross, has been a spiritual teacher, multidimensional healer, and energy transformational coach, and more. He works with individuals while retrieving fragmented parts of their soul, and in addition, he also is a past life regressionist. As an intuitive, he helps you understand the future as well as experiences that have occurred in the past that are currently affecting you. Michael often does workshops, including reconnecting to God, the true source, through cellular release, manifestation protocols, and much more. His vast store of knowledge includes positive affirmations, spiritual techniques that powerfully affect your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, family, vocation, and life path to achieve your unlimited life. Sorry, I a little stumbled over there, didn't I? Michael is an international intuitive consultant for corporations traveling over half the world. His clients are in US, Australia, New Zealand, South America, Asia, and other countries. He's been on an international radio shows in the past, and he's currently um, doing a lot of work on YouTube. So definitely go over and check on his YouTube channel as well. He recently completed the formation of a 501c3, which is a nonprofit. I hope he'll give us a little more information on that before we leave. But here we go. The most important thing to realize is that this gentleman presents so much quality in every time we come together on these Thursday night podcasts. Tonight is a phenomenal topic, and we are honored and blessed to have him with us tonight. Please, please, please leave your comments below, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. And to you, I appreciate it very much. Very often I don't prepare for what we're going to do. And by that, I mean I usually get the last moment, true source inner guidance, what I should talk about. So, one of the most important subjects I'd like to discuss is religion and spirituality. And it's really misunderstood. And in the early days, when I started my spiritual path, I questioned about spirituality and I questioned about religion and so on. And one point in my life, I was very, very religious. And then I woke up one day, I was about 35, and said, time for a new path. And then I had a conversation, what I call the true source, or you might say God, the true source, which is synonymous. And I said, tell me about religion. So, religion is really a stepping stone. It's like going to grade school, and you learn something, and you go to junior high or middle school, and you go to high school. And then you take the next step, and you go to college or a vocation or whatever. So I sort of look at religion as going through kindergarten all the way up through graduating high school. So, really, what is religion? Well, it's somebody else's rules and regulations. And it has many, many fine good points. A lot of it says you must take this on faith. And it's like if you don't, you're going to be punished or you're a heretic or so on and so forth. And I'm sure those that teach it mean really well and they believe in what they're saying. And I'm not criticizing them at well. But more importantly, religiosity, as I call it, and I notice I hesitated, religiosity is all about exploration and finding who you are. So, are there many good rules? Absolutely. They teach compassion, they teach love, I don't care what religion they are, they all teach the same thing, maybe a little different words. But spirituality is like a step forward, going on to college, grad school, and getting your PhD. It's your own experiences, exploring who you are and what you are, which is really very important. And I said to the true source, well, I understand why religiosity is important, although you don't have to go to religions to become spiritual. But I would say the huge majority of souls do, which I did and others. But then I said, well, okay, so why is spirituality so difficult? And the true source said, well, let's look at the beginning. The beginning is you learn about spirituality or religiosity, I should say, from your family, friends, the church or temple or wherever you go. And, you just accept that as fact, just like you accept Monday is Monday, Saturday is Saturday, Sunday is Sunday, spring, fall, winter, you just accept it. And there's some proof in it. But now, the next step, I said, well, again, why is spirituality so difficult? And the true source said, you humans have to make a big deal out of everything. And I kind of chuckled. I said, yeah, you're right. And we're always looking for proof. But really, what puzzled me, well, sometimes they're very much concrete proof about spirituality. Yet the masses of souls on this planet accept, without any proof, whatever religion they follow. But yet, when I talk about spirituality, well, I want proof. I want this and want that. And that always puzzled me. Why aren't we all open to new experiences? I mean, look at you, all of you. You're open to some new experiences. Maybe the first time you ate a hot dog, that was a new experience. Or you went to McDonald's, Burger King, or Jack in the Box, or whatever. That was a new experience. Or you go to a restaurant and that's a new experience. Or you go skiing and it's a new experience. And sometimes when it's challenging, like roller skating, skiing, or ice skating, even writing a book, or even riding a bike, it's challenging, but you don't give up. Yeah, you give up a little bit, but you get out there and I'm going to conquer it. So, what is it in us that when we look at spirituality, it's so difficult? And then the answer came. And the answer came as fear. Well, what is fear? We all heard that false evidence appearing real. So, what are we fearful about? Well, religiosity teaches you that if you step out of the box, well, there's consequences. And I went, gee, there were no consequences when I did it. But because this fear and these thoughts, and some of it's brainwashing, that if you step outside the box, you're going to be punished. Well, the oxymoron is, why would a loving God want to punish you? Jesus taught God is unconditionally loving, allowing, non-judgmental. The sages of Hebrew did. Krishna did. And Buddha did. And many others. So I don't understand that. And yet we have that belief system. And then people, quote the Bible, the Talmud, or whatever readings. And it's like, yeah, but in the ancient days, they had storytellers who had to tell the history of their religion and their tribe. And they were trained year after year, and they couldn't make a mistake. So eventually they were able to write these things down. But I can't help but think it's tainted by our own opinions, and as honest as we want to be. And words change. They change a great deal. And, it's like cool. Well, cool meant you were not warm. Now, hey, that's really cool. It means really, really, great or wonderful or whatever it is, right? Or awesome. And that changed the meaning. And there's so many words that got changed. So when they went from Hebrew to Greek to Latin to English, French, whatever, the words have changed. And even in the Ten Commandments, thou shalt not kill. Well, according to the Hebrew text, which was written in Hebrew by Moses when he received the information, the word is thou shalt not murder. It's a big difference. And if you stop to think, and I'm not advocating this, can you see in ancient times and you're in a battle to save your country and thou shalt not kill, and this guy comes up with a sword is going to stick it in your heart. What do you go? Okay, stick it in my heart. I'm not allowed to kill you and defend myself. I mean, isn't that a kind of an oxymoron? It doesn't really make sense that you should defend yourself. And do you have enough energy to fight with swords 24 hours with a person? I couldn't hold out that long, even if I was in great physical shape. So you'd have to end it quickly. And then, thou shalt not kill. But how did they get animals in those days? Bows and arrows, spears. Today we use other modern weapons. Are you killing an animal? Yeah. You doing it to survive? Yes. But even those who are vegetarians and vegans, you know, I've talked to plant life. They're alive too. And I'm not criticizing you for being a vegan or vegetarian. But you've got to look at both sides of the coin. So you're ending the life of carrots or whatever. Everything is here for a purpose. So now that I've laid my background about what I'm trying to share with all of you, I would like all of you to understand you're not leaving your religion. You're not walking away from it. Part of your heritage, part of your knowledge. But now you're working on your master's and your PhD, gaining more and more and more knowledge. And most importantly, we don't pay attention to what we're being told, but we just take it for black and white, so to speak. And I remember a quote from Ronald Reagan: trust, but verify. And the other thing I get, well, you said something, I'm going to go to check fact checkers. Well, what they discovered with a lot of them, they were also prejudiced and biased in their answers. So how do you find the real answer? And I will tell you, simple. It's so simple. All you do is you do a meditation, ask for true source inner guidance to show you a sign or tell you, not your ego, not someone else, but for you to be shown or know the answer. It could come in a song, it could come in a conversation, it could come in a reading, could come anyway. I know Tio is chomping at the bit to say something, so go ahead.
Chopping at the bit. You're funny.
I was just
I
horsing around.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Okay, so what you've hit the nail on the head regarding how easy it really is. Because when we're little, I mean, my mom always said, "What do you feel inside?" You know, when I would have a dilemma, she would say, "Well, what does this tell you?" And she would tap on her chest, you know, "What does your heart tell you?" And as a little girl, I always kind of followed that, and I've always followed that, and I didn't ask questions. It was just like, "Wow, this is what I was supposed to do," because I would feel it. So my question is, then why is it that our ego keeps trying to sabotage our soul talking now?
Well, it's very good. Good question. So 94% of ourselves, or our conversation or thoughts or beliefs, come from our subconscious mind. And just imagine that when you're born, you have a hard drive and it's empty. It's empty. No software, nothing. Then you learn all these things, and that's the software goes into your hard drive. And then when you, like on a computer, you're going to do a project, it accesses that software from a hard drive and your computer runs. Well, that's what you're doing. You're accessing some information that you received at whatever age, and this information comes up. Well, how do you know it's true? Well, you don't know it's true, except if you repeat something long enough, even a lie, you'll believe it. You ever think about that? If you repeat something long enough and become, even if it's a lie, people just become aware of it. It's like getting brainwashed. Are we all brainwashed? Absolutely. I'm no different than you, except that I awoken many years ago and realizing my beliefs. Now, the most important thing you've all heard me say is we are comparing the past with the present, right? And, if you want a hot fudge sundae, my example, yeah, I'll have one. When I say a hot fudge sundae with whipped cream, cherry, sauerkraut, and jalapeno pepper, you go, never mind. But see how fast you access that information? It's like instantaneous. And that's exactly what's happening. Whenever you're challenged with a thought, I don't care whether you like ice cream, whether you like a movie or a restaurant, you're always going back to the past when you were there. And you're just giving information. Well, look at your computer. You got the hard drive, you got the software, you ask it to do something, it does it. Maybe there's a faster and better way. But that's all the software knows whenever you download it. That's why they tell you have to update it. And that's what you need to do. You need to update, just like you do with your computers. But do you really do it? Nope. It's too much work. It's lazy. I don't know. I want to rest. Give me my wine and give me my gummy and give me my brie or my beer. Let's party. Let's dance. What are you running away from? What are you scared of? And what are you not looking at? That's so important. What are you not looking at? And what you're not looking at, you know the answer. You want to discover that something is wrong or not right or there's something better. So let's say you're not wrong, you're not right about religion or religiosity as I call it, but there's something better, something that enhances it. And look at it this way. So you bake a cake, and let's say it has 2 layers. And so that's your religious background. Then you go, what happens if I put walnuts in it? Let's try it. Gee, I kind of like it. What if I change the frosting from buttercream to, let's say, cream cheese frosting? What would that taste like with vanilla? And maybe I'll add a little colored strawberries to it. Add strawberries to the cake and make it a double or triple layer. Hey, this is pretty good. I like this. So you're always changing and improving. You're always looking for another method, another answer. Some may work out well, some may not. But more importantly, why are you blocking yourself? What are you afraid of looking at? And you have to look at everything with an open mind. So whatever your expectations are, it's going to fail. And then you go, no, it didn't fail. It really worked out. How come? And then I get the people saying, well, you have to be able to duplicate this 50 or 100 times for it to become fact. Spirituality, there are certain basics, of course. But your experience is unique. TU's is unique. Yeah, there's some similar, but they're different. And to all of you that are listening to me, they're the same, but just different. And why is it different? It's because your perception of everything, how you relate to everything. In the early days, I used to see cartoon characters. I go, oh, I'm seeing all these cartoon characters. And sepia, which was really the color before they had color, movies, sort of a brownish color. And it was because it was to be light, easy, and you don't question. Some of it was funny, but I could relate to it because cartoons are funny. In the old days, not that old, we couldn't wait to get the newspapers and we would all read the funnies. And then the Sunday funnies, oh my gosh, that was a whole section. You don't see that anymore. It may be around, but I haven't seen it in a long time. But everything you take with levity, with grace and ease, will register with you. Everything you do with anger, frustration, and hate, and the imagination of prove it to me, prove it to me, prove it to me, never be able to prove it. You want to know why? Because you'll never be happy. You want more proof and more proof and more proof and more proof. I had this person that used to be in my Tuesday evening call-ins. So, well, I'm a seeker. Okay. How long have you been seeking? 40 years. Don't you have enough information? I want more proof. I'm still seeking. I'm still seeking. In other words, he prided himself being a seeker. He already had the information, but decided that I'm different from everybody else. I have to have more and more proof. Well, How much proof do you need when it hits you between the eyes, figuratively speaking? Tio, you wanted to say something.
I do. Thank you. Why is it that when we have the proof, that people always say, oh, that's just a coincidence? I was always told that a coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous.
Can you repeat that because you froze for a moment?
Oh, our internet. I'm so sorry. Okay. Uh, why is it that when people get that tangible proof, they blow it off as, oh, that's just a coincidence? I was told a coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous.
Well, I never heard that one. That's really interesting, but that's very possible. But there are no accidents, no coincidences. Everything is meant to be in your life. People you like and dislike, there are no accidents or coincidences. There's something you're supposed to learn from it. Life is very challenging. It's only challenging because we create the challenge. Why would I do that? Well, I don't know. Why would you do it? Because you don't believe you're worthy? Interesting thought. You have low self worth, self love, self esteem. You ever think about that? You can change in the drop of a pin. Actually change. Think about this, that you're all energy, as I've told you, atoms, particles, molecules, neutrinos, mitochondria, protons, electrons, particles, so on and so forth. You're all that. Okay. And that can change direction at any time. Just like driving a car. You go backwards, forwards, left, right, circle, squares, whatever you want to do. You can do that. So if you can do that, even taking a walk or changing a recipe that, you want to enhance it or maybe make it easier, simpler, why can't you change your direction in life? Number one is too much work. Number two is the big D, doubt. Number three is the big F, failure. Number four is fear. Number five is anxiety. Number six is lack of belief. Number seven is having faith. And last of all, number eight is accept that you can change anything in your life. Now you can change the order, but those eight are still the same. They don't change. Only you change. And you are so powerful in life that you forget you've created every experience you've had in your life. Joyous, happy, fear, doubt, insecurity, pain. You created it all. What does that tell you? It tells you that any given time you can achieve greatness or you can be in the garbage pit. Your choice. Many years ago, I was in the nursing home business. And of course, people would say, God's punishing me. That's why I got sick. I used to go, well, I don't think so. God is unconditional, loving, allowing, and non judgmental. Why would God punish you? But isn't that what they teach in religiosity? God is punishing you. Or I hear, God knows everything you're going to do. Really? I don't know if I'm going to brush my teeth, have a steak sandwich, go to sleep, watch TV, or go for a walk. I don't know until the last minute. I don't know any of that. And I had a friend of mine trying to convince me of that, but he still hasn't had a good argument yet to convince me. When I say an argument, it's really a debate because I respect his opinion and he respects mine, but he's got to do a lot of convincing to get me on his side. You know why? I'm not stubborn. What I share with you, what I teach, I experience. So in my mind, in my soul, is cannot be changed because it's experience. It's like riding a bike and say, well, you can't ride a bike. Yeah, I rode a bike. You can't tell me I can't ride a bike because I did. It's as simple as that. But I'd like to discuss more with you, but we're running close to running out of time. But I would call this food for thought. And I would welcome your opinions. And I honor your opinions. And rest assured, I'm not going to judge you. Remember, judge not lest ye be judged. So just, I share, take a look, I'll present some thoughts for you, and then you can make your own decision. I'm just here to open up your mind, to reconnect with the true source, to the greatness and unlimited soul that you are. So thank you very much. Now we're coming towards the end, and I see we've got a little less than 5 minutes left. And I'd like to talk to you about a couple of things that are very precious. And every Tuesday evening, 6:30 Pacific, I'm going to say daylight time, and to 7:30 daylight time, I should say standard time, 6:30 to 7:30. What is going to be is that you call in and you ask any questions about spirituality. And then I try to answer them. And then I give you a 10-minute or 12-minute motivational message. We really have fun. We joke around. We enjoy each other's company. In order to access that information, it's a free conference call. And you can be in your pajamas because I won't know the difference. But here's that number to access us.
The number is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound.
Your pajamas got me. Sorry. One more time. That number is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. Now, using that same number, you can access something equally as important. And that is, I talked about the 10-minute motivational messages. I have 321 of them. And they're 10 minutes long. Now you're stuck in traffic, you're angry, or things are just, you're bored. All you need to do is call in the number and just listen. But it starts at number 3, about the 321, 322. Well, I get, why don't you label them? You know what it looked like to look at 300 of them, 318 going down, this one, this one, this one. This is where trust is. Just, what number should I pick? I think 173. Okay. So you go on, make the call. What number you're interested in, you tell them 173, and you go, wow, that's just what I needed to hear. You let your soul guide you. So to access that information,
that number is 434-300-4170, and the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. One more time, please.
Absolutely. 434-300-4170, and the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. One more, and that is very dear to my heart, the second Saturday of the month, from 9:55 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time to 11:01 Pacific Daylight Time. We do a mass consciousness healing. And so for the first 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, we talk, we chat, we laugh, and then we begin the work. And then we're in silence till about 10:58. At which point I get you regrounded and we'll play a little bit of inspirational music, not religious music, inspirational music. And then that's it. But everybody that tells me that they do that, they say their month goes incredibly. They're so joyous and happy. And just thought I'd share this with you. We had one a couple of weeks ago. And I saw this beautiful angel with white wings just covering Mother Earth. So it's a blessing that we do. And we need all of you, because to change this world, you are the solution and you are able to make a difference. So I ask you to remember that. And that telephone number is the same as free conference call. And that telephone number, one more time, please.
The number is 202-926-1059, and the access code?
125446 pound. Pretty easy. And the last most important is this beautiful book called Healing the Holes in Your Soul by Tia Knapp. It's all about a woman who, like the mythological bird, the phoenix, rose from the ashes. Her life story is very, very powerful, inspirational, and it will change your life. It shows you the strength that we have within us. This is a must read.
Thank you, Michael. Let's start with this book, The Spiritual Primer by the incredible Dr. Michael Gross. Because if don't hide, because if it wasn't for this book and this wonderful gentleman sitting virtually right next to me, the book he's holding would not have even been written. It's truly, truly a blessing to have this gentleman in my life. And this book was such an incredible tool that I still lean on it every day. I look at it, I read it, I write notes in it. And I'm so glad you have a second edition out, because there's even more golden nuggets in this one than in the other one. So definitely connect with Michael. I put the contact information in the chat, in the contacts. Michael, one more thing before we go, okay? All the information that you need to reach Michael is in the comments, like I said. But in order for you to get a signed copy of the book, it's not on Amazon, right, Michael? You have to contact Michael to get this, which is wonderful. Wonderful. And not only that, but Michael, really quick, is there something that you offer everybody?
Absolutely. For all the new beautiful souls, I offer you a complimentary session that's 20 minutes to a half an hour. Sometimes it's a little longer, and it's complimentary. And the information is how to get a hold of me. Please call me at my private cell, and if I'm tied up, leave a message, and I will get back to you. So please call first. After you call, and I can't pick it up, leave me a message, and I will get back to you. That's so important. And one more thing, and that is all the beautiful messages that I have for you, the 300 and some odd messages, is Audible. And you go to Dr. Michael B. Gross in YouTube, and you can access this information. And you'll see a beautiful photograph with some quote on it. And these photographs are taken by the award-winning photographer Tiu Knapp. Beautiful job. And listen to the message. Or you can listen to a replay of our podcast about you and your soul and finding your place in life. I want to thank all of you for joining us. And one more word, and that is we have the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. We call it TISE, TIISE, the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. Our website is getting closer and closer. We are a 501c3. We're open to all kinds of donations, and we'll have more exciting information to share with you in the days to come. Tiu and I, on behalf of Tiu, and we want to thank you for joining us, giving up your free time, and making a difference in your life. Not only are you making a difference in your life and getting more knowledge, you are making a difference in our lives too. So it's really a reciprocal exchange. Everyone, just know you are special, you are unlimited, and we love you. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste. We love you.
Love you.